You sure you said? And I see you here. Yeah.